Welcome them.
I'm trying. I'm so excited. Welcome to Fiber Hustle. My name is Chip.
My name is Aaron.
I like to sew where it's inside, especially on Friday the 13th, where it's nice and warm. I've got a cat right here. Say hi to the people. And it's not scary outside.
I like to knit and crochet, and since I shaved off about 95% of my beard, my lips are always chapped.
Mwah.
Cherry bomb.
Wow, and you like to watch.
You do. Episode 42. Happy Friday the 13th, but you're probably watching this on Saturday the 14th.
It's a very special day on whatever it is that you're watching.
Happy whatever day you're watching.
So Friday the 13th, this is our favorite season of the year, at least mine.
Yeah, this is my favorites. I love Christmas, but I love September and October so much. That's my time. It's my time of year.
Hands down, October is the absolute best time of the year. All the other holidays can just go.
Yeah, we tried already to watch. We watched Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
Yes.
I started to watch Midnight Mass again. Watch it every year. I know some people don't like that Netflix series, but I love it.
I love it.
I love it. What'd you watch? You had me watch some books, kids reading or something last night.
Gang, if you haven't already, I wholeheartedly want you to watch. It's called Night Books. It's a kid-friendly, scary movie.
Is that for children?
Yes. Yes.
I think it's a little too scary for children.
If you've got some kid that is going to be knocking on a stranger's door and there's the potential of somebody scaring them, it's no scarier than that.
Okay. I'm not a horror movie fan or scary movie fan. I guess I like suspense thriller, but not like slash them up.
How about Adam Sandler?
And, Hubie Dubois? Is that what it's called?
Hubie Halloween.
Hubie Halloween on Netflix. That makes me laugh. It's a cute story.
Why don't we just put it out there? We're having Halloween brought to you by Netflix.
Pretty much everything we've watched so far this year has been Netflix.
Night Books is really my Halloween version of, The Christmas Castle with Brooke Shields. That's the one I'm going to watch like 15 times.
Yeah.
Over and over and over on repeat. I play the Night Books over and over and over.
I'm still on the Christmas Castle.
Oh.
Because, you really love that movie.
I do.
But is it more love the movie or is it so good as background music? Because I know some of us crafters, we have like our background shows or movies that you've seen 8 million times. And a lot of times you don't even know what the plot is. But it's like a comfort zone, so you don't have to look up as much when you're sewing or knitting or crocheting, doing stuff with the hands.
I just went all Vanessa Williams in my head, The Comfort Zone.
What's that?
It's a song.
Oh, I don't know Vanessa Williams that well. I know that hit she had years ago, something about the sun turns into the moon or snow. Snow does something. What is it?
Hey, gang, we're back. Is it scary?
Did I scare all the gays that I don't know that song?
Why don't we get in a little bit of catch up?
Let's do a little bit, but first, we have some new subscribers since last time that we podcasted. So, welcome new people. Welcome old people, older viewers.
The elderly?
The elderly. We don't discriminate here. It doesn't matter what age you are. Aaron, Chip, Seattle, Washington area, just outside of Seattle, Washington. Using a lot of hands today, so it's going to be good.
Knitter, quilter, sewer.
Quilter, sewer. Shacking up for the last 16 years.
There you go.
Yep. So now you are all cut up.
And
this is our
Seamus.
This is our precious Seamus. He is currently 15 years old. He will be 16 in April, because you're going to make it, buddy.
I wish I could, let's see if I can fix him. At least, if he's going to be in the shot, he might as well be in the shot. So we'll just...
Yeah, but he's more playing Wilson from like Home Improvement. Home Improvement. So he's good. Yeah.
All right, so we do have a lot to get to.
Oh my gosh, this could be a 4-hour episode.
Well, let's do a rewind real quick.
Since July, since you saw us last, I had the men's knitting retreat. It was another successful retreat. I had nothing to do with putting it on, but it was a lot of fun. It's
attendee, yes.
It's attendee, yes. It's a men's knitting retreat, so those gentlemen who have never done a retreat before, I recommend the Seattle knitting retreat.
Oh.
Not sewers. There's sewers on the other side. I recommend getting involved on Facebook. There's a men's knitting retreat Facebook. Then they kind of have the smaller Facebook groups for like the Pacific Northwest one. the northeastern one. But the Seattle one's great because it's an old like convent. So you get your own room, pretty much your own bathroom, all that good stuff. So you don't, I know a lot of them you share a room, or some of them you even share a bed. Never been to those, but I guess those are really fun. But check out the Seattle Men's Knitting Retreat. It's always Labor Day weekends. It's tons of fun. You meet lots of people. There were people that didn't know anyone that came in solo, and everybody welcomed them. So if you're nervous about doing any kind of knitting retreat, well, I can't speak for any knitting retreat, but for the men's, just go. It's fun, and you get to meet people in your community and hang out.
But you weren't just an attendee.
No, we had our first little trunk show. Chip wasn't going to be able to make it because we're a one-car family. And it's, when I say Seattle Men's Knitting Retreat, it's about, I don't know, half hour, 40 minutes south of Seattle in Federal Way. So I got to set up a little trunk show table, and it was fun, and I did really well. And it was fun to see people excited about my yarn and buying the yarn and the baskets. And
So, like Erin, I am so proud of you because you set it up all by yourself. I wasn't there to supervise.
which probably was a benefit, actually.
You did a great job. And Aaron it was the first time that he was using his phone as a point of sale system. And then all of a sudden, I'm at home and I'm here, ding, 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 ding. I was like, you did good. Go on retreats more often.
I know, it was really fun. So it was kind of like a baby step into maybe doing like a trunk show or something someday that we could do. We need more inventory, obviously, but I think we're almost ready to do a trunk show. Maybe we could just do one day just to try it out, but I don't know if anybody would have us just for one day. If you'd like us just for one day.
Aaron, you forget yourself. We are internationally tolerated.
Internationally tolerated around the sound.
We could, I mean, like if we're going to go international, we could always ship our stuff over there and like, you know,
Yeah.
stay until it lasts.
Chip actually had a exclusive chip basket just for the retreat.
Oh,
which-
the limited edition. Yeah.
Limited edition. I wish you could have seen it because it was gorgeous, but it was limited edition. So that size and color may never be made again, but maybe the color will be made someday because it was banging, y'all.
I wish my thing was it was a special, something I wanted to do for the retreat, and Michael was so good to work with.
Michael heads our Pacific Northwest retreat, Seattle Men's Retreat.
He was so good
he's
to
like the
work
main
with.
guy.
And so we were picking out fabric together and coming up with the size, and it was really, really, really nice to work with him. And I'm like, oh, do people do retreats? I would love to do that again.
You should. Well, you should attend a retreat one time instead of just making things for it.
True, but not a knitting one. I want like a quilting one or a sewing one.
There's got to be a men's sewing retreat somewhere, right?
You know what? I could do the RuPaul and just like say,
Mine and start your own.
I'll start my own.
Yeah, look around.
So, okay.
What
so,
else has been going on?
Well, I've been ticky-tacky. Aaron's like, I am like, he will hide and run downstairs, but I go live on TikTok, and I've been meeting a lot of quilters, and it's like most of my week has been, like my nights at least, have been social because I've got my gang that I've been going strong with for 3 years. Woohoo, love you guys. And then I've got new friends and TikTok, so that's been fun.
That's fun.
And it's like, you know, when you're sewing live and anything can happen, it usually does.
Anything can happen when you're sewing live. It sounds like very suspenseful.
Well, it's more, I would say it's very loose. It's not like, you know, producing for, you know, like what I was doing with the Quilt Stream, my other channel.
So you're not teaching as much, you're just kind of hanging out.
It's more of a hangout. And we just happen to be live, and there's plenty of people that will chime in the comments. So it's actually a lot of fun.
That's cool. It sounds very nice because you're all about the quilting world.
I am.
Yeah.
So that is, I think that's going to be...
literally all we have done.
The cat is fine. We're going to shave a lot off of what we've been up to the last couple months. Because it's all been, we really have been busy with the shop, with our projects, and we'd love to share that with you.
Up there. Is this my camera?
All right, let's get into Aaron.
Yeah.
You made that?
Well, one thing I didn't make, but I want to show real quick, going back to Sisters, which was just 30 seconds ago. All our friends got us amazing gifts. Not unfortunately, but some of my stuff that Carrie gave me and Jen, like that bag and stuff, are in my car because I'm actually using them as knitting bags and stuff. But I did want to show one thing that our friend Susan, Mrs. Kravitz,
Oh my
knit.
God.
And one reason I do want to show it, and I have to show it, is because we gave everybody yarn last year at Rhinebeck. See, everything's coming full circle. And she knit me a scarf out of the yarn I gave her last year at Rhinebeck, and I just have to show it. This is in the colorway, which is in the store. I feel like there's going to be a lot of shop update talk today, but it won't always be like that. This is in the colorway All My Friends Went to Rhinebeck, which I gave a lot of people last year. And this is the Briquette scarf by Andrea Rangel, R-A-N-G-E-L, Briquette scarf. And this is out of my yarn, and I was so shocked when she gave it to us, and I love it. Can we see the pattern a little bit? Yeah, there's a lot of kind of, I don't know if there's slip stitches, but there's some garter stitch in there. There's some garter stitch, some stockinette, and it's just freaking perfect. And I actually wore this just a couple weeks ago to work because it was a little bit chilly. I like how this scarf, you can wrap it around like more sophisticated way, but the way I wore it all day at work, most of the day at work, till the sun started to go through the window, is just like this and take it through. And it's perfect. It's a perfect size. It's a perfect fit. Wrap a jacket over it, and you are ready to go.
It is perfect for fall.
Yeah, and she knit chip one as well. I don't remember the yarn, but this is a gorgeous color as well. Also, it's the same briquette. Is it briquette?
What?
Is it briquette?
We'll go with that.
Okay, briquette by Andrea Rangel.
I don't see it on my, I don't see it on my list.
Oh, that's weird. Interesting. How do you not? We have the same list.
Oh, it is briquette.
Briquette, yes, briquette. But yeah, thank you, Susan, so much. And this is just gorgeous. And what a fun little scarf it is.
Look at it. It's just, it goes with what I'm wearing.
It does, actually it does. But then it looks, well, no, you can walk. Yeah, anyway, I had to show that at least.
Susie, we love you. Thank you.
Thanks, Mrs. Kravitz. So what
It's
you
actually
made
so
that.
soft.
It is. It's very soft. I don't know what that is.
Oh my God. I think it, she said it has cashmere in it.
Does it really?
Yes.
Mine does not. So don't come up and shout expecting cashmere. One thing for you made that. You guys ready for this?
Aaron, you made that?
I did.
You made that.
This is huge. Okay. So
Oh no.
if I don't skip, there's still some yarn I need to weave in, but this is a lot of weaving. Chip, if you can hold this side, please, real quick. Look at this, gang. This is, and there's a little part right here. This is the Speckle and Pop shawl by Stephen West. So there's basically, this was his 2007 make-along shawl, all the way back to 2007. I have seen it for years and said, why would someone knit that? Because it's kind of wackadoo. These skeins are the first 3 skeins I ever knit with my BFF Carrie from the Creative Obsession.
Really?
So yeah. So the main 3 skeins, let me see. Give me a second, look at my notes. There are 3 main skeins, then you can have 2 to 5 different pops. And I just kept on popping with those colors. And you need at least 400 yards of each skein. And this shawl has everything. Seamus is kind of in the way, so I don't know how we're going to do this. So let me just, there we go. So you start with one skein right here, then you transition to another skein, and then you basically end up with your 3rd skein, and each line has its own pop. As you can see here, I started with just purple and yellow because that's what I thought I wanted. But once I got to the middle and transitioned to the 2nd skein, that's when I started just going through my stash. This is all my yarn. Going through my stash and just looking for bits and pieces and adding that just to give a little bit more pop. So I'm trying to decide if I should go back through and make it like do this to it or not. But Rob mentioned a couple weeks ago, I was talking to my friend Rob. He goes, well, you can wear it 2 different ways. You can, give me a second, everybody. I can't, this is a mess.
That's a lot of shawl.
Yeah, it's huge. You wear it this way with the purple showing sometimes, or if you wear it the other way, not wear it the other way, but if you wrap it around this way, sorry, this is the way that the purple would show more.
You came this close to whipping me with that.
It's a shawl. It's not a knife. We're going to be all right. But no, this thing is a monster. If you are looking for something, I kind of found it as a challenge because there's like at least 3 things I have never done before. You're picking up... I don't understand what just happened.
There's 3 things you have never...
3 things I've never done before in my life. And 2 of them I really want to try. That wasn't the way it was supposed to come out. Sorry, that's how I love you so much. So there's a lot of picking up stitches from way down yonder to doing short rows. There is a brioche section, which I did not do. I chose to do the garter section instead. It said the instructions actually said if you've done brioche at least 2 or 3 times, you should be good to go. But it said if you haven't done brioche, maybe don't do it because there's some decreases and increases in brioche. I don't even know if that's hard because I haven't done brioche before. So I did garter stitch. One thing as well, when I blocked this shawl, hold this please. These should be more pointy. And when I blocked them, they were more pointy. But this is a I-cord bind off. For some reason, the last few days, they just kind of go back to normal. So I might block it again to get these more pointed, but
you want to use some sinkers.
I told him a couple days ago, I was like, well, maybe I can go into my tackle box and put some sinkers on the points and then block it
on
again.
The what?
On the points. On the points. And then I can block it and have the sinkers there for maybe like a week, just kind of hanging up. And maybe that will be like, I'm doing this like cow udders. No, that's more cow. Never mind. Cow udders. So yeah, I want those to point, but this thing is huge. I haven't worn it out to show it off to the world yet, but it's fun. I would recommend it for an adventurous beginner because there was a lot of twists and turns for the Speckle and Pop Shaw by Stephen West. 3 main skeins, then a bunch of pops in between it. You look good. And this was done on 3.5 millimeter needles. I used my ChowGoo interchangeables. I know I'm talking very fast tonight, but I was very excited about this.
Is this... What are the other 2 things you didn't want to... Aaron, that was a good one.
3 things. 2 of them we could try tonight.
It's Friday the 13th.
It's Friday the 13th. You are a dork. Grow up, mister.
All right.
So, Chip.
Yes.
You made that?
I did. And you know, gang, it's been a long time coming. So we've got our Tuesday and Saturday gang that we have been going strong for the last 3 years. And we came up with a combo the other day that, or actually a couple of weeks ago, that was just phenomenal. Phenomenal. We were talking about what is the difference between a UFO and a whip. So this can work in the knitting world as well. But like to you, what is the difference between an unfinished object, a UFO, and a whip, a work in progress? So for me, I said that like a UFO is just like, oh my God, it's unfinished. It's not in progress right now because it's just gotten to the back burner. It is very close to either having its first day at picture day at school, having a driver's license, having a draft in the military or getting your 21 and up, having its first legal drink. Those are UFOs. So my UFOs are not that long, but I have had a UFO on the long arm for long enough.
I agree.
Yeah, so we were all talking about our, and everybody's grabbing out of their closet. Carrie over at the Creative Obsession, she has all of these lovely quilt tops that are just hanging on coat hangers in her closet. And I'm like, and everybody's like, "Ooh, you're very organized." And then Brendan, he was peeling the onion. He took us into his spare bedroom and was one quilt top right after the other. And he was showing us, and it's like, it was very motivating to like, for all of us to like, okay, let's get one of these banged out. I banged it out.
2 things I haven't done before.
All right, so.
Sorry, Mom. Give me a second. My mic is. Sorry if you've heard that. Okay, I'm ready.
All right, so a couple of years ago, I think it was last year, we did a quilt along, and this is a Robin Ruth Designs pattern. I did the Maker's Medallion, which is 30 inches by 30 inches. It's a lovely, lovely wall hanging. And I am proud to say I finished it. It's ready to go up on the wall.
Colors.
I'm
already talking about it. It's not even here yet. I love the colors.
So this is one that I'm very, very proud of. And ta-da! It is ready to go onto the long arm. And I'm sorry, it's ready to go onto the wall. It's got my hanging sleeve, which is attached. So that is ready to go up on the wall, Aaron.
Oh.
That's not chip work. But
I'll find myself a hammer.
I will tell you, this is one of my favorite items that I have ever made to date.
Oh, the color is fantastic. It's
and perfect. It's so, I love this. Now, this pattern, and I'm really, to be honest, I'm so glad that I didn't go with a full-on lap quilt or, you know, like a queen size quilt or something, and I just did the wall hanging size because I really appreciate the medallion. Did I just hit the keyboard? I did.
Yep.
And what's fun is with the Maker's Medallion, and actually all of Robin Ruth's patterns, they are not paper piecing. There's no paper piecing. This is all piecing. So you're cutting out and you're using, there's 2 books and there would be 2 rulers. This was a very, very complicated system because you had to get an understanding of how to use these rulers. So there's a skinny, oh my gosh, the keyboard. There's a skinny ruler and then there's a fat ruler. She calls this her skinny robin. There we go, A and B. We have skinny robin and then we have the fat robin ruler. And I'm telling you, 2 books, this was a lot to do. And in fact, I do want to do this one again because if you look at this, I am not going to cry. The inner medallion and then the middle medallion, I've got everything going exactly straight, but somehow I messed up and was at least consistent that I did this kind of radial where it's actually, it looks like it's wanting to spin. I'm okay with that, but I would like to learn this technique a lot more. So I feel like this was an amazing first try. I love the colors because it's like, I mean, it just reminds me, it's very comic booky.
Yeah, it's great.
You've got that high contrast between the colors, not a lot of color usage other than the yellow, the black, blue, and white. And I'm so in love with this. But I do want to do this entire thing again. I don't know if I'll use the same colors, but I think I would go with the Same, maybe I'll do another one. Maybe I'll do another Maker's Medallion. I have so many Robin Ruth patterns that it would be silly not to give it another try. But yeah. Now, I embellished, and this is applique. So when you're doing this, these pieces here, I'm going to move this keyboard because I keep hitting it. This piece here and this piece here, you're actually appliquing these rings onto the next piece. So it almost has a trapunto look, which is more, it's puffy, and it just has a lot of life.
I do listen, but I maybe missed it. Did you say what kind of fabric this is?
Not yet.
Okay.
This is Allison Glass. I don't know the line or the fabric name, but the black and white is Allison Glass. And then I mix that with this gray, all of the grays, the blacks, the yellow, and the blue. Those are all Bohemian Rhapsody by, I want to say, Robert Kaufman.
I remember that collection. It's gorgeous.
I mean, like, it is so beautiful. And it was like, this is a very, very busy print. And for me, if you know me, I'm not into the real busy prints. But it just really, I feel like it paid off. I'm super thrilled. I'm proud. I made this. I made this.
Yay!
I made this. I
love it. I think it's great. And
Yes.
we shall hang it up somewhere in the house.
Yes, and so,
There they go.
okay, I bought some hanging hooks that I just threw over.
I'm not getting that.
Well, you could fix the camera and straighten it out a little bit.
Is there something wrong with it?
Yeah, I messed it up when I went over there. But I got some hanging hooks and hanging hook. Oh God, my TikTok people are rubbing off on me. Just move the camera. No, the camera. There you go. Perfect. All right, now if you can get that, Aaron, there it is. Perfect. Great job. You know, it's like having the boom in the shot. So I'm trying to get where I have the wall hanging, and we're going to put it at the top of the stairs. There's a hallway there, and we cannot have it coming out to like 3 inches out of the wall. A lot of the quilt hanging mechanisms, contraptions, whatever you want to call them, hooks, they stick out a lot. And so we're going to hang this up on a dowel rod, and then I found these cheap little black hooks that I think were going to be perfect, because it's a low profile. It's maybe 1.5 inches that it'll come out, so it'll hug the wall. And you see right here where it's going to hang, it's going to be snug.
Yeah.
And so we don't have to worry about bumping into it or getting snagged on it and, ripping it off the wall.
Noise.
Yeah.
Love it.
So, love it.
Love it.
Yeah, so maybe in my future, I do have a Halloween one. And if I had the steam where I maybe could get 3 hours of sleep a night, I would definitely do this Robin Ruth. There's a Halloween one. I've got the whole kit. I've got everything. If it was a pre-cut kit, man, I'd be on fire. But it's not.
Okay.
You can't. You don't do pre-cut kits with the Robin Ruth system. That would be lovely. But I avoided the paper piecing. And then, Aaron, did you notice that there's meandering in the quilting?
I did. I like meandering.
He always gets on me that I just meander when I'm quilting. And the whole thing isn't meandered, but definitely, I love it.
I think it's gorgeous. I can't wait to. I have a poster on the wall. I said that's been there for 15 years. I said we could probably take that off the wall, and it can be time for something new to go up there.
And I felt guilty for that. I felt bad because it was like I would be bumping him out of his space. But you know what? I've already taken the dining room, the living room.
Keep on going. Keep on, the laundry room, everything.
Aaron, you have the downstairs TV room
Do I?
Yes, and it has, and the state of that room shows it.
Nice.
Aaron,
Yes,
you made that?
I did. I only have one other finished object. This, gang, is the, sorry, I have to look it up, Spectrum. It's a shawl scarf thing by Joji Locatelli.
I heard of her.
Have you heard of her? And you want to hold this real quick? So
what?
we can show
You're
it
very
to the-
needy.
I know, because my things are very long. So we can show it to the world. Let's
Why
go
are you
this
taking
way.
it out of shot?
There we go. Because my things are all backwards today. So this is, again, Spectrum Shawl by Joji Locatelli. This is in my yarn, which the whitish creamish is called London Fog. And this tealish color is called the Abyss. And I was looking for a project that I could just use my yarn to show kind of as a demo display in case we do those trunk shows or we do go to those fiber festivals and have a little booth and all that stuff. That way it's sitting there so people could see the colors and see how it fits. This is an 80-20 4-ply fingering merino. It's one of my favorite bases. That's why I dye it and carry it. So it is in the shop. You will need for this project, it is 250 yards of color A, which is the cream color, which is the London Fog, and 420 yards of color B. It's done on 4mm needles. It's a simple garter stitch, but I think just switching back and forth to get those lines really adds more depth and definition to it. So it doesn't look so basic because it looks so cool with these little,
Basic?
almost basic, basic. With these almost, I guess you would call it zebra stripes. But I think it's great. And I have not worn it out on the town yet because I do have a couple more ends to weave in. Guys, I have not had time to weave in ends. But yeah, if you're looking for something to do, this is, it didn't take that long because it's kind of short.
It is very, very, very handsome.
Is it?
I don't know whether it's the scarf,
Keep on coming.
the color on the
coming.
scarf,
Keep coming.
or if it's you.
It's me. No, I'm just kidding. No, it was super easy. The instructions for me, I know I'm going to get a lot of what. For me, sometimes Joji's patterns, I can't say I don't like because they're great patterns and everything looks good, but I personally would have maybe have written them a little bit different. Like example, if it says knit rows 1 through 8, and then it says suddenly rows 9 through 12 are rows 6 through 8 now. I'm like, well, why didn't you just say rows like 9, 10, 11, 12 instead of going back? And there's just a lot of counting for me and like just a little bit of confusion for me. Again, don't need any hate mail, but sometimes Joji's patterns confuse me just a little bit. But I still love knitting them, and I mean, she can really make something look amazing. So,
I feel that way about patterns.
yeah. But this is, I think, my third pattern by her. I always end up winning in the end, but just some of the things I have to actually kind of sit down and just look at and go, okay, I think this is what it did, and the count is off for me. But everybody else is used to it, so that's fine.
So I usually spend maybe the first 5-10 minutes of reading a pattern and like having to orient myself into how someone else communicates their instructions. Because it's like what's logical to me, and then it's like I'm always forcing to get over myself and just run with what their instructions are. But it's not like there's a standard between all pattern designers and all pattern writers. I mean, honestly, I think most times we're paying for not necessarily the design. You're paying maybe 20-30%, wild numbers, 20-30% for the design, and you're paying the balance. All the rest that you're paying for is for those instructions. Everybody has like what makes sense to them and what they're trying to communicate to, the population of users.
Yeah.
And for me, I know that like I get into the whole directions too.
Yeah, everybody takes a different way to work, but we all end up at work.
Sure.
Sure. But I'm just saying, yeah, everybody takes it a different way. And I love her patterns. It's just sometimes it confuses me reading them, or I wish they were just tailored a little bit different, but I get over it. I know a lot of people go to the Church of Hohi. That's why I'm trying to reel back a little bit. Like Jimmy High. He's like the Church of Hohi.
No. I mean, again, you think the way you think, and what makes sense to you as you're a maker. You know, there may be plenty of people that like kind of do it your way, or think the same or similar to you. So that's no fault of hers. That's no fault of yours. It's just, it is what it is.
It's not a fault. It's a preference.
You're never going to be 100% pleasing everybody 100% of the time. So
it's very true.
But the positive note is this is frighteningly beautiful.
Isn't it gorgeous? The ends, I think my blocking game is off. Do you ever have times that you're like, my blocking game is off? Because it was a little bit on the speckle and pop. And this one, the end looks a little bit cooler when she showed her finished pictures than what my end came out to be. Because right now it looks just flat, but it kind of had like a little, almost like stair step, if you can make that out, like toot, 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 toot. And mine doesn't currently look like that. But you know what? I'm all right with it, and I'm going to continue living my life. So, yeah.
Wow.
So Spectrum by Hohi. And that's all for I have for You Made That.
And that's all I am going to offer right now for You Made That.
Fantastic. It's almost like we're a news crew. Today, so Chip.
Yes, sir.
How many, what makings do you have?
It's on the sheet.
Okay, only one? Okay.
No, 3.
Oh, okay. So let's start with you. Chip, what are you making?
What are you making?
What are you making?
All right, so for my birthday, so when we went to Sisters, Fizz, I was very good with not spending the hard-earned cash. I was really, really tight. But Fizz, I was like, you need to buy that, you need to buy that, you need to buy that.
She's terrible.
And
but I love her.
She got one quilt kit that I was just like, oh my God, I love it. It was, and I ended up calling it the FOMO quilt for me because it was just like, I loved it. It was the pluses and minus quilt where I've got everything everywhere. Here it is. So I've got the pluses and minus quilt. Don't you know, Fizz sent it to me. And it is this beautiful, beautiful
That's pretty.
nestled pluses. So you've got the center plus, and then you've got the outer plus. And Aaron, you bring up patterns. You bring up pattern writing and like how it's like things are not as they seem. Okay. Exhibit A, folks. So the fine folks at Quilty Love, who excuse me, who made this pattern, there was a little communication that I did not get. And in the cutting instructions, she refers to as your feature and your background fabric. Now, I'm looking at this pattern and I said, oh, okay, the most prominent plus here must be your feature fabric, and then these are your background fabrics because they're in the background of this, which is in the foreground.
Correct.
Wrong.
But what?
Wrong. I cut everything wrong. And so, unfortunately, I couldn't do this pattern as you saw it. So, again, chipped it, and I had to, here's yet another quilt that I messed up somehow, and I've had to, pivot and make a different quilt. So, I've got a FOMO quilt.
You made it your own.
That I made my own. And so the quilt top is pretty, it's like 99% done. I'll give a little twirl. But I'm actually loving the way it's turning out. So this one I think is somewhere between a queen and a throw. So I'm going to show you only half of it. But I absolutely love the way it's
gorge.
turning out. So I have 13 feature fabrics, and then I have a black and a gray, what now is what I'm calling the background. But I've got the 13 feature fabrics. And then what I did is I was on TikTok, and thank you, Matt, who was giving me some feedback in real time as I was trying to problem solve. So if you notice again, the pattern is calling for, not that one. Where's the other one? Here it is. The pattern is calling for these pluses to be, if you see here how they're nestled together, and mine do not nestle. So what I did is I took the gray and I made a checkerboard pattern. And then with this white, because I introduced these almost like cornerstones between the four. So going all the way down, crisscross, diagonal, you've got the gray, and then the next one you've got the black, and so it just repeats. To get me to have the border of the background to have the secondary plus, I introduced these keystones. But then it was like these big white squares that I was winding up with. And so what I did is I cut 64, because I needed 64 of these circles. And so I used my AccuQuilt to cut these out, and then I have the interfacing there, or the fusible. So I just put the coin, and I keep calling them coins, put them on each block, and then what I do is I have more because I still have the border to do. So I have all of the interior, I just have the border coins that I have to apply. So that's going to be another 36 I think I have to do. But what I did was I took my embroidery hoop, and every single one of these coins, so I've done this like 64 times, is I am embroidering applique. So it's applique, embroidery, applique, however you want to say it. But by hooping these, I'm actually able to permanently applique these coins in place. And so that has taken me several nights and hours on the weekends just doing the applique part. And this is the first time I've ever done the applique, but it's a lot of fun. And if I had a long arm computer, if I had a long arm computer, I could actually just have this whole thing on the long arm and then go, okay, I would map out where the coin is, and it would automatically do this stitch for me, and I could do it without having to hoop each one, and it would be so much faster.
And if I had dinner on the table every night when I got home, I wouldn't be as hungry.
And if I had wheels, I would have been born a bike.
Exactly.
But anyway, so with it's still, I'm calling it the FOMO quilt. So mine it's kind of got like is that like Pittsburgh Steelers colors almost with the background?
Look at you trying to be like sports, but just don't.
Yeah. So, but I really, it looks kind of patchworky. It's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. Fizz is doing hers, and I'm telling you, so she ordered more. She got the same exact kit to start with, and then she's like, no, I'm going to make this even better. So she ordered more fabric from the same designer. It's E-Bond. So E-Bond this is her feature fabric. This is the designer. But she got a lot of the colors, and it's gorgeous. It's an explosion of color. It has a really grungy or kind of like a graffiti look to it, and hers is gorgeous. Mine, rock soup, no flavor.
That?
There's not a lot of colors in it.
Well, but I mean,
It's
not
got
everything
color.
has to be.
But yeah, mine's rock soup, no flavor. Hers is like full-on bonanza, a lot of fun color.
Will this be bed, couch, or hang up?
Well, considering that somebody is a hog when it comes to a quilt on the bed,
You.
I went like this. I took ownership. I like the burrito.
Yes.
No, it's a very generous couch quilt.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, you're not going to be eating your burritos on it downstairs either.
Me eating. I won't tell everybody you secretly eat snacks all the time in bed.
I've had buffalo wings in bed. but I don't spill. This one, we're having dinner on this table before we started and gets ketchup all over the table.
All over. It was a little dot, and I dabbed it and didn't rub to clean up the ketchup.
I was actually impressed you dabbed.
I wasn't going to just go, shh. Yeah, I dabbed. No, I'm excited for it to be finished.
Yes, I mean, like, I can't wait to
Meander it?
curl. Oh, shut up. I can't wait to curl up in my quilt.
It does have a goth look right now.
Does it?
Yeah, it's kind of fierce, actually. If you're making that into a jacket, really?
Into a dress.
That's right. I said jacket, you went straight to dress. You must be thinking about Halloween already.
Okay, so why don't we get into it, gang? We're gonna let you know what's happening in a couple of weeks.
It's going to be Halloween bingo.
Bingo.
Have you signed up? If you have not, literally after you see this or watching this right now, now is the time, because I think we only have we have 2 slots. It's going to be October 28th.
We have maybe
4 or 5 each
a
game.
little bit more, but we do have slots open. I'm closing all of, I think Sunday or Monday I'm closing it.
So October 28th, it is going to be at 1 p.m. Pacific time. That is the West Coast. And 4 p.m. Pacific time. Again, the West Coast. So
2 sessions.
2 sessions, must come dressed.
100%.
Now, this doesn't mean you have to go out to your local Halloween city center, whatever the kids go and get costumes. This just means if you have something around the house, just dress up. Don't come as yourself.
With a bunch of ears.
Yes. Camera has to be on because we don't need any lurkers. But yes, this is our 3rd annual Halloween bingo. Always a good time. Sign up. Come hang out with us. Just go to our Instagram, go to our link tree, and a sign-up form is there. We'd love to have you.
Oh my God, last year people came correct. And we're looking forward to it. People have been reaching out and letting us know, hey, like they have been waiting for this. And this one's already got his costume.
You guys, I can't wait to show it to everybody.
And I am here for it.
I told you a couple things that you could be. But
I'm still working on mine.
Yeah.
But yeah, come, fan favorite gets a prize. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, it'll be good. So sign up for bingo, Instagram, Linktree, blah, blah,
Oh,
blah.
you know what? I forgot to say, Aaron.
What?
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
I don't know. Oh, there it is. Ooh, spooky.
Halloween bingo.
Halloween, yes, just come dressed as something spooky, something not spooky. If you want to dress up like how ladies dress up sometimes for Halloween. A naughty nurse, do it. So what? Live your best fantasy.
Halloween's always the time to be naughty.
No kids.
It may not be the most kid-friendly event.
Yes, exactly. So think bingo, don't think great for children.
All right, so Aaron,
Yeah.
did you really make that? Or what are you working on?
What are you making?
What are you making?
Okay, I only have one project literally on the needles. Let me show. It is in, though, my new Scrappy Angel bag that I got at her last shop update, which was what, 3 weeks ago? Or am I way off? A month ago? It was
weeks ago.
recent. I love gnomes, so I saw this. I was like, oh my God, see, wait, we can't see it. Why is it blurry?
Well, why? Because it's on permanent.
See? Okay, permanent. That's fine. So here we go. This is my new Scrappy Angel bag. This is the Erin bag, but it's the Erin bag 2.0, which she's added a little bit of more height to it,
3
just like
inches.
me. 3 inches more height to it. I loved my original Erin bag, but I just keep my current project in this because this fits 3 more inches more of stuff. It's got pockets in the middle, on the sides, which you can't see because there's a project in there now. But you guys, I have so many skeins of yarn in here and a whole shawl project. And do you call this a box bottom?
Box bottom.
Box bottom, like a faux leather.
Vinyl, yep.
Vinyl, cute little gnomes. So our friend, check her out, the Scrappy Angel. Is it scrappyangel.com?
Scrappyangel.com. Oh, and Angel started her own podcast.
She did. She's 3 episodes in?
She's already done 3 episodes, so find her on YouTube, and it's the Scrappy Angel. Very, very excited for her. She's actually taking people into her studio. So she has a very nice studio that I would give anything. Well, not the cat, not you.
Nice save.
Not the Sailrite, not the Bernina, not the long arm. But I would really like to have it. What I love is that she's quilty, she's knitty, and it's not. I mean, like, she's taking us through her studio. So very nice lady, love her very much. One of my BFs.
She is perfect.
So like and subscribe to the Scrappy Angel.
And after you do that, like and subscribe us.
Oh, is that us?
Never say that.
There we
That's
go.
us. There we go. Hey, there's the thing. Do it. All your friends are doing it. Why don't you do it? Okay. So I am working on the Wisdom of Trees shawl.
That sounds very wise.
I know, right? So I am been in a cable kick this year. I've knit, I think, 3 cabled hats. Did I do something else cabled? Anyways, I was looking through Ravelry maybe a month and a half ago. And I was just like, I want to knit something with cables, but I was kind of done knitting a cable hat. And I came across the Wisdom of Trees picture, and I said, I have to knit that. It is by Lisa Haynes. And you guys, this is perfect. Let me bring, one thing at the Seattle Knitting Retreat when I was knitting on my speckle and pop shawl, I usually take a chip clip to kind of roll it up so it's not like all over and hanging out, because when you're going back and forth, it gets to be a bit too much. And a couple guys there said, why don't you use like these pin things that they had? And these pin things, see, I have this one, this is rolled up right now, so it's not super long. And they're called, I ordered them right when I got there because I borrowed some, Tiny Knitting Needles, Knitting Accessories. If I could just get real quick. I don't know if you can see that, but anyways, I'm going to take it out. Well, I'm going to take it out of this. But these little guys, these little pins, are perfect when you want to pin your project so it's not just hanging everywhere. And they're so easy to take out. And I ordered them on Amazon. I think like 20 of them came for, I want to say like $8. So highly recommend these when you're working on a project that it's just getting too big. So let me take all
and well, they're
these
light
out.
colored, so you should be able to see these on the floor when they're everywhere.
It's amazing how pens and all that stitch markers just get on the floor.
Do your spouses or your housemates and who don't knit complain because there's like stitch markers and stitch plugs and whatever they are?
Okay, you're done speaking.
Everywhere.
So, do you have stitch markers everywhere? There's got to be a better way. But let me just bring a down shot and look at this cable pattern,
Very prominent.
So, yes, so the cable pattern goes through the whole, I guess this is the left side. Then you're starting to work in garter stitch, and you just keep on adding it, so it's going to grow much bigger. I think you repeat it about 4 times, and that's when you start to do the end. But I am obsessed with these cables. I mean, literally, I can't get enough because they're just so thick and chunky, and I love it. This is all yarn I had in the house. I think a couple years ago, one of our stores down the street went out of business, and they had like everything literally like 50 to 60% off. So I got a bunch of Cascade 220 Superwash. And this is in the color of this Hunter Heather, which is kind of a green. And the pattern is written amazingly. So amazingly, is that a word? Mm-hmm. Amazing. So you can either, I read it read the instructions like make two this way, purl two this way. But there is a chart as well if you want to follow that. I don't follow charts, so I do that. And the way I keep track of where I am, somebody just asked me that a couple days ago. I don't have Knit Companion or anything like that. I just use the good old clicker. So whenever I'm done with a row, I click it and go to the next one. I have dropped 1 or 2 stitches, so I've had to rip back a little bit, but I put in a lifeline before I rip back. But this thing is just, I'm obsessed with it, and I can't stop knitting on it. It's like, well, obviously it's the only thing I'm knitting on right now, but like I just can't wait to work on it. When I get home, I'm like, oh, can't wait to work on this shawl tonight. So excited for it to be finished. I think I have one more whole round to do before I go back and start doing like a bind off and kind of finish it off. And it's a worsted weight, so it's going really quick. And I feel like when it's finished, it's going to be like, just because the color as well, like an armor, because it's so thick and chunky.
Will this soften up?
A little bit. Once I block it, it's probably going to soften up a little bit. I don't know, it's a superwash merino, but it does feel a hint toothy. A hint.
It feels like it needs a bath.
Yeah, it probably needs a bath. But again, I haven't used worsted weight for, well, no, that's not true because it's, I don't know, it almost feels, I feel like my Targhee worsted is softer than this, and this is a merino. This is all, what you're touching right now is all fingering 80-20, but this is 100% merino superwash. So, but yeah, it does feel a little bit, I don't know, it's just the way things are plied and spun and done differently. But the color is gorgeous.
I mean, it really is pretty.
Yeah, and I've never heard of Lisa Haynes, but apparently she had so many followers. I was like, oh, I'm kind of late to the party. So, perfect written instructions. If you're looking for a shawl, I mean, I really recommend this. I haven't finished it yet, so I can't talk about the bind off or what the end's going to be like. But so far, it's been perfect and really easy to follow. And I mean, again, look at these cables. That is just perfect. And I think it's going to be, I don't have much green, so I'm excited. I like how I said I don't have much green, but then I got kind of a little bit of teal. There's some greenish in here, that kind of thing. So that is, what is it called? What are you making?
The Wisdom of Trees.
No, I knew what that's called. That's my what are you making? And yes, I am using a cable needle because I don't have the confidence to drop it off my knitting needles and try. Oh, and another thing, I have so many projects that are kind of downstairs that are just kind of hanging out. I had to go back to my original needles. These are the Clover Takumi needles that I got at Joann's, my very first interchangeable needle set. And it's different going back because I've been using like the metal needles or aluminum and going back to wood needles. And I forgot how wood grabs a little bit more. But I'm enjoying these needles. The only thing that happens is it doesn't lock it. So, but most of them have a key that you can join and kind of get it really tight. These you have to twist with your hand. So sometimes every once in a while I check just to make sure that they are still tight. You can get them at Joann's. Get my first set. These were my first set. And use a coupon. I think they probably still sell them. I got them about 5 years ago.
Wow.
Did I just ramble again?
No.
I'm really good at that. I'm really good at rambling.
Is there like a magnet for wood, though, that you can pick these things off the floor?
There is no magnet. You have not seen any of these on the floor yet. But these, I don't know, I literally probably think I'm the last person on earth who has discovered those, and everybody's probably been doing that for years. And here I've been like a fool using a chip clip whenever, not you, but a chip clip whenever something gets too large and I have to wrap it up just so it's not
You could use this.
sprawled out everywhere. See, I have used this once, but I'm afraid that is so tight that it's
Break your yarn.
And heavy. I feel like it's going to weigh down and just...
Do that on your points.
I can use those on my points and then meditate. Chip,
Yes.
what are you making?
I got 2 more things to show. All right, so one is Allison Glass has a tessellation quilt pattern, and this is actually her mini quilt pattern. And I started this, maybe a month ago, and literally banged out two of these in a weekend.
Oh.
And I've finished those, but I'm ready for the next step. So these are the minis, and what I'm doing is making a giant pillow. So let's go here. So I'm making the tessellation pillow, and this one is so easy that I can't believe that the pattern instructions are asking to do paper piecing with this. I mean, it's almost like, what? So you've got your paper piecing, and so literally there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different flavors of triangles. And I was like, you know what? I'm not paper piecing. I don't need to, because I'm only going to go with triangles. And so I just made triangles for my pillow, and I'm going to turn this into
so cool.
for the couch. So there's one. I did as the star, and then I did this one, which I also love.
Yeah, me too.
And I just think that these would be a lot of, we have a blue leather couch downstairs, and I just think that this would really pop. A lot of fun. I've chosen a very controversial fabric for the backing. I have as many people like it, so many people hate it.
I don't remember what it is.
It's actually a houndstooth, a black and gray houndstooth.
Oh, I like that.
And it's like, if you've ever watched Project Runway with Mondo, like, oh my God, you have all of these prints, and then you're going to do this houndstooth on the back. I'm telling you, it's going to look great. And, you know, sometimes you got to listen to your gut. And this is going to be one of those times that I absolutely love it. This is such a fun, if you talk about like you have potato chip knitting, this is potato chip sewing. Whether you do it just through piecing, where you've cut up all your triangles, or if you do the paper piecing and you go with that method, whatever's your flavor, it's potato. There's nothing overly complicated. And one of the nice things about her patterns is that they have these color cards. So I don't know if they do this in knitting, but sometimes it's just nice to have a black and white picture that you can kind of plot out your colors.
Some of them do. Our friend Elizabeth made a color chart when we had our Vertices Unite knit along a few years ago. She actually made one that she gave to everybody so you can kind of plot your Vertices Unite, and it was perfect. Plot your colors. But yeah, Stephen West does this kind of sometimes, and some other people.
I think these are so helpful just because when you're seeing a pattern that is, you know, let's say this is an explosion of color, sometimes you get so distracted by the prints or the colors that someone else has chosen. And if you just dumb it down to the black and white, sometimes it's easier to like come in with clarity and start maybe pulling out fabric, or you're pulling out your yarn, that you can plot it out and say, okay, this is going to be my color story that I'm going to roll with, which I think is very helpful. Our friend Fizz, if a pattern doesn't come with a color chart, she goes into this software program that we mutually have, EQ8, which is Electric Quilt 8. She will go ahead and redesign and replicate the quilt in the software, just so that she can have a color card.
Nice.
Or coloring sheet.
Very nice.
So this was the mini tessellations by Allison Glass, and I think it's so fun.
It's cool.
It's different.
I like it.
More pillows.
I like it a lot.
All right, so that's that.
I have nothing else that I'm making.
I do have one more, and as much as I love Halloween, and as much as I love stretching out the fall, believe it or not, I have already started on Christmas.
It's amazing for you to start on that.
Gang, I love me some what are they called? Lifetime? What is it?
Hallmark movies kind of thing?
Yes,
Okay.
I like the Hallmark movies for Christmas. The Christmas Castle, I love all of those. But I never want to see Christmas before Halloween. It's not in my DNA. That said, one of my TikTok friends, actually two of my TikTok friends, Courtney and Rebecca. So Courtney from Pieces, Love, and Quilting, and Becca from Beck's Quilt Cottage. Those two channels on TikTok, they are co-leading Vintage Christmas by Lori Holt. So we bought this book, and I will say, I love, it's spiral bound. I love that.
Yeah, you love that kind of thing.
When you open a book and you're working on, a design or a pattern, and it's like you can actually open the book and have it splayed out. It is so helpful. Rather than trying to crease and ruin your book. Hello, why don't more pattern book companies do that? But we are not going to do the full-on Christmas story. We're going to do 25 blocks, and it's every Monday. We show up on TikTok, and they alternate the days, but we are doing 25 blocks. So ours is going to look more or less like this. And so there's, like in this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 5 by 5, 25 blocks, 2 blocks a week. And on the last week, we do, the last day, we do 3 blocks.
It's almost like an Advent for 3 months.
So I will say, what's interesting about this vintage Christmas quilts is that it's not really, if you look at these colors, they really are more vintagey. If you think back to the Christmas Story with the Red Ryder BB gun and Ralphie and what's his name? What's the brother's name?
Randy.
Randy. Good catch. Ralphie and Randy are waiting in line to go see Santa. You've got the Wizard of Oz. You've got they're going to show you Alice in Wonderland. They're going to show you all of that. I think Christmas was a lot more kid-friendly in a way because they used every color in the crayon box. They used, like unhealthy metal trees and
but look at us now.
tinsel.
We're good. Tinsel's awesome.
But they did all of these colors that are not like today. It's very like gold, white, red. Like it seems very structured, whereas like back then it was like pastels were perfectly acceptable and good for Christmas. So with this book, like you look at this, like you have the scary, oh my God, can you even see this? The scary dollies with the eyes.
That's some Chevis stuff going on there.
Oh my God. But look at the colors there. So they're not afraid to use the pastels. And that's what I decided was I'm going to run with my Christmas little quilt, which actually, these are 12-inch blocks. I mean, each of these, so if it's 5 by 5, 5 times 12 is 60. This is going to be 60 by 60 if I don't add sashing. So like this is still going to be a pretty big quilt. I would say it could be a wall hanging. Oh, here it is. It was right by me. So we've already done 2 weeks, and I went with some pastel colors.
Yes, you did.
So I went with the gingerbread, and it looks a little kitschy. This is totally Americana quilting. It is not usually my thing, but I think for Christmas it can be cute. So we've got a gingerbread house, then we've got some twinkle lights, and that is what they're calling them.
Oh, this is the year we get to put the lights that have color in them.
That's totally fine.
Yes.
And what I love about this is like the real Grinch color green. That's why I ran with it. So we got some twinkle lights, and then week 2 we just got finished. We did a stocking, which is upside down. No, there it is. So we got a stocking, and I will say this one, not my favorite that I did, just because like you have this piece of candy, and I thought, oh yeah, that really looks cute, but then it kind of competes, and there's really no pop with that. So that block is probably not as successful, but this is going to come out for Christmas. Let's get some, what did I say? Some barbecue chips or something on there. It doesn't matter.
Yes.
So you've got a Christmas stocking, and then you have, they're calling this the wool star, which I wish I had looked up, because this is not a knitted wool star quilt block. I'm sure this one is known by another name. Excuse me. But I will say, Lori Holt, in her cutting instructions, she will have you put 2 squares together, and then she will have you sew down the line, and then you have a whole lot of waste, because you're going to have your seam allowance that's right here, and this whole other white part, like she would have you discard that. Doing it here, like with every block, she's like doing a lot of snowballing, and it's just a lot of waste. So I'm actually not necessarily following her instructions. In her sample, this is actually 1 piece of fabric, but you'll see mine is 2 pieces of fabric, and that's just because the way I cut it, it ended up saving fabric, and I wasn't as wasteful. So,
Nice.
Got to save up for that computer for the long arm.
Sure, Jan.
So anyway, knitted star, and this one is I love this.
Well, I hope you don't get out of the Christmas spirit when Christmas actually comes, because you're like, oh, I'm already done. I've been working on this for 3 months.
No, because I've actually have a couple of ideas that are in the tank.
Nice. But if we win a lot of money in Vegas when we're in there in December, then you can have your computer thing, whatever it is.
Well, there was already some idiot in California who just won the Powerball.
Yeah, that's a lot of money for one person. But you know what? Good for them. I mean, great. Just great. Have all of it.
Yeah. And you know what? I wish I had brought it with me, but it just reminds me of with cutting instructions. And again, this is with your pattern writing, or with your instructions too. There may be the case that you know of a better way to go about accomplishing whatever it is that is in that design. And like, I'm kind of at a point where I'm like, I have the fabric, but that doesn't mean that I want to waste it. And,
Understandable. Just like knitting, there's different bind-offs that you can use, or suggestions. There's different cast-ons, just things like that. And once you get going for a few years, you actually know what you can do just to kind of tailor it to yourself.
Yep. And then one other thing, like within this book, so like this was the twinkle lights. Mm-hmm. So then she gives an example of how you could just do one project with just that that motif, which is really cute.
Yeah.
So there's all kinds. So like the front half of the book is dedicated to the blocks themselves, and then they give you a lot of inspiration if you're going to like look at that. That is super duper. So like combining the different motifs. Oh, I'm sorry.
There you go.
But yeah, so then they were actually, they had a picture in here of one color, I think they called it either 1 or 2 colored quilts. And Cute, cute, cute. That's similar to the block that I just did. And if I can't find it, I am not going to cry about it. Look at that. They have knitted hats.
Little hats.
Oh, so here we go. So they have all of these one color quilts. So here they did the pink, then they did the blue, giving you the instructions. And then look at that. You would never think that's in a Christmas book.
Yeah.
But like maybe that's your gingerbread color. Red, green, blue. Was that teal? This one is super adorable. A pinwheel. And that's the hunter block, the hunter star. And then, you know, if you're doing any of those.
All together.
But
all together.
I really think that, like, that to me could say Christmas. And so that's why I ran with the colors that I did.
The sled helps.
And the tree.
True. And the tree. And the little houses. No,
So,
I'm
yes.
excited you're doing that with everybody.
So Courtney and Beck, yeah, the only complaint is, like, some of these blocks is, like, 45 pieces.
Oh, no.
I'm like, are you kidding me? And I hate all that cutting, but you know what? I'm here. I'm a team player. I'm gonna do it.
How are you not roasting with that scarf on?
Because I told you I've been chilly all night.
I am burning up, and you're like, oh, I'm freezing.
No, it's cashmere.
It's cashmere, so it keeps you naturally cool. It's insulated.
Yeah, I mean, Susan did me right.
That's so awesome.
That Mrs. Kravitz.
Do you have any more what are you makings?
No.
Should we talk about some shop update things?
Well, I had it. Had to have it?
Okay, let's do how to have it's then.
Aaron,
Yes.
I didn't have to have something. I thought you had to have something.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I'm such a giver.
Do I
And drum roll, his birthday is in December.
It is. How do I? Does it feel squishy? What are these? Susan Bates finishing needles. What do I do with them?
You weave in your ends.
Oh, is this supposed to be easier for weaving in your ends? Let's see what we have.
And I got you two because you usually lose them on the
Oh
floor.
my gosh, that's so true. I have never seen or used these, so I'm excited to try them.
So I saw this, gang.
Did you see it on TikTok?
I saw these on TikTok. And this woman was like, these are the best things because you just kind of open them up. Here, let's just open one up. I'll open up the big one so that you can see it. And again, you get two because they're going to wind up in the couch. They're going to wind up underneath the couch. They're going to be in the car. You're going to lose them. So you get your 2 packs of them.
It's true.
How many projects did you show tonight, Aaron, that you didn't weave in your ends?
No, we did a lot of the ends that I gave up. I was like, I'm done. I can't. Especially the speckle and pop. That is one that you're going to be weaving in ends for years.
Well, here, you did. Here, we'll pull out the skinny guy.
Well, I don't know how to use it. I mean, we'll try
Aaron.
and see what happens. Yes.
Oh my gosh. I saw a need. I saw
Do you want help?
yeah, a little bit.
Here.
There we go. All right, so we'll take the small one. No, that's too small. It might be all right. So then all you really do is you just spread it. So I'll show you.
2 things.
I'll show you. So you just spread it, and then you stick it in there.
Okay, well, show me how to do it.
So you would take your yarn, and then you spread it, and put it through the hole, and then it kind of traps it. Hold it, and then you just weave it in.
What's the difference between a needle and doing this? Just because it's trapped? Oh, see, it almost came out.
Well, sometimes they say that the yarn is hard to thread through the needle, through the eye of the needle.
Let me try.
You do know how to do this.
I do know how to do it. I mean, everybody has their own way of threading things through. This is my way. I know some people are probably like, that's not how you do it, but
Well, you're under the gun right now.
yeah, I am under the gun. So, no, I think this actually works. It came out there, but look. Yeah, see, I need to do that. I need to do that part over again. But this is cool. I like this idea.
Yeah, and then that way you're, because like they say that with the yarn, depending on the thickness of that yarn, how many plies are there, it may be hard to get a needle.
Yeah, this is great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And you got two.
So, in case I lose one in the couch, I can do something else.
Exactly.
No, I'm excited to try these. I will actually try it properly when people aren't watching me do it. Tomorrow even, because I do need to weave in these ends. I did majority of them, but the ones you can't see when it's on, those are the ones I left behind.
Then he has his socks. He came home with a hoodie that he had made. He came home from work, and in the pouch, there's this long string hanging.
Yeah, and I like to play with it. I pull it all the time. The string attached to my hoodie, I like to play with it and pull it all the time.
Wow.
Sweet Jesus. It's late at night, that's why.
All right, so
That's so cool.
what else do we have?
Well, all we have left is the shop update, which there's a very exciting one coming. Is it tomorrow?
Just have at it.
Have at it. So, our friends Ray and Kevin at Needles at the Ready, they just finished the Let's Hear It for the Boys knit along. And we're like, oh, which was, I think, another successful one for them. I didn't have time to participate because I was dyeing yarn and doing other things and work. But we said, hey, we would like to at least donate something. So it turned in from Chip was going to donate a chip basket. Then he said, well, why don't we do an accompanying yarn to go with the chip basket, which then turned into a little 3-skein fade. So we have sent, if you joined the Let's Hear It for the Boys knit along, you'll be obviously entered. I think they're going to give it away tomorrow. So if you're watching this on Saturday,
There's a whole bundle.
there's a whole bundle. There's a whole bundle they're giving away probably today. But we have this is a very limited edition chip basket and 3-skein yarn fade that we are going to have in the store.
Yes.
It's exciting. So let me show you first. Here's what you get. You are going to get this limited edition amazing chip basket with the custom buttons of Fiber Hustle. Is this the extra large size?
This is the Chippo extra large.
Gorgeous.
So if you're going to knit a an Afghan, you could shove that in there. You could do sweaters. I mean, like people put other projects in these, and
It's great. So then I said, hey, I will dye a yarn that matches or accompanies this basket, but then it turned into pretty much a 3-skein fade. So what will be available, this is going to be a kit. So you have to get the basket and the yarn all in one, limited edition, like 15 of them. We have the first one, since it was Let's Hear It for the Boys. This one is called Lost Boy, which is a gorgeous color. Then we have Cabin Boy, which is a little bit more heavy speckled, almost this is a little bit more muted. Then we get into some heavier speckled. Then we go into Pool Boy. And that right now it's showing a little bit more greener on camera. This is pretty blue, just like this is pretty blue.
And actually, the chip basket, this is very blue. Like all of these blues, for whatever reason, are showing up green. So true color pictures, our colors are going to be on the website.
Yeah, they'll be on the website tomorrow. And so you're going to get Lost Boy, Cabin Boy, Pool Boy, the chip basket, which was inspired.
But wait, there's more.
And more. But you're also going to get in the bundle the Needles at the Ready Let's Hear It for the Boys Mal 2023 tote bag, with the needles at the ready sticker.
They're still selling these on the website, and you're getting it for free.
You get it for free here. And you're going to get a sticker and a pen. So this bundle is going to be available tomorrow on the site. Only
Today.
Today, well, today because it's Saturday.
When you're watching,
Yes.
we're saying tomorrow because we're recording Friday the 13th. It's going to be live on the shop tomorrow, and it's going to be first come, first serve. There's only 15 of these.
Yes, and it's our first time we've put a kit together and curated it for you, and it's just gorgeous.
Not green, blue.
Not green. Can I show one other thing while we're here? Just because I'm thinking about it. I did actually a 5 skein fade, but I thought that was a little too much. But so if you're in the shop tomorrow and you happen to put this in your cart, also I did a Shy Boy, which goes before this.
Where's the tag?
It's not tagged right now. And then a Tall Boy. So if you wanted to do a 5 skein fade, you could. But it's not labeled yet, hopefully in the store today, as in Saturday. So we have Shy Boy, Last Boy, Cabin Boy, Pool Boy, and Tall Boy.
Wow.
All that. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Yeah,
But these 3 are part of the bundle.
correct. Part of the bundle, the other 2 are not. So yeah, we hope those who get the kit that we put together really enjoy it and knit something perfect with it and keep it into, what's your basket called?
Let's hear it for the boy.
There it is. It's already done.
The Chippo Extra Large.
The Chippo Extra Large.
So yeah, head over to Ray and Kevin if you want to. Hopefully, you'll be one of the people that won that. We're so excited for them.
Yeah.
Because they had a really knockout participation for this year.
Yeah, I love their tote bags, and it's very kind of them to send us over some tote bags.
Dude, those guys are so awesome to us.
They are. They're great to us. Anything else that you have?
I thought you were going to get me something. Something had to have it.
I did not get you. I got plenty of yarn for you. That
He
you
got
could
dinner.
have.
He got dinner.
I did get dinner. I mean, we have some yarn back and show it next time, and you have some more of this back. Do you just want to show it next time, or?
Oh, no, we can show it. That's fine.
Okay. There's going to be some more yarn today in the shop as well. I'll just show you a few things. Majority of these are one of a kinds. So there's like only 1 or 2 skeins, but I love them. I wish I could reproduce them, but there's just no way I can. So one of my favorites.
What is that?
This one is only one of them. I had a bunch of dye left over, put it in a big pot. This is actually somewhere back in time, that one Iron Maiden one I have that I dyed, that I threw this in a pot just to see what would happen, and it turned out gorgeous.
It is really pretty.
This is called Hawk of the Sea. So instead of going Sea Hawks, I called it Hawk of the Sea. This is so gorgeous. I kind of want to keep it, but I said no. Someone else deserves to have this. It is on my 80-20 base, just like what's in the kit. Sorry, that's a fingering 80-20. This is Hawk of the Sea. This one, I was also playing around colors, is Hiding in the Pumpkin Patch, because it reminded me kind of like maybe you're in a pumpkin patch. There's a little bit of darkness. There's a little bit of green and some pumpkin color, which I think is just totally interesting and fun to play with. Another one of a kind. This one's called Hippie Posters. So it is got some black in there, but then some really bright pops of orange and yellow to give it that kind of hippie poster look. Back in the day, I used to go to my friend's house. We used to watch Gargoyles, and he was a big hippie. He would turn on the black light, and a lot of his posters kind of look like this.
Oh.
Won't tell you what else was involved there, but a new one to the shop that is going to be a mainstay. It looks like this is called Moose Tracks. Chip named this one because it looked like Moose Tracks ice cream, if you guys have that, which is like the caramel chocolate chip kind of thing. This is just gorgeous, and this also came out of when I was making the Let's Hear It for the Boys yarn.
That is...
This came out of that.
I think that might be one of my new faves.
I want to see it knit up because it looks gorgeous. And then the last one that I have, it's one of a kind. This one's called 1899 Rich People Walls, because this one's also coming a little not as bright and vivid as it should, but it reminds me kind of a color of like when you watch movies like, not Downton Abbey, but what's the one with took place in New York?
The Gilded Age.
The Gilded Age. A lot of rich people in like the 1800s had walls that were blue, and this kind of reminded me of that, and that's why I called it that. And there's like four of these 1899 rich people walls.
Oh.
Yeah, but I love this color. So hopefully someone out there could do something with them. So yes, all these will be in the store Saturday, but there's also other colors that I'm not showing. So take a gander, take a peek over there and see what's going on.
And if you see, so on the shop, we try to make it easy. So like if you're seeing the blackish, the darker band, what do we call this?
A ball band.
A ball band. Dark means like this is a.
It's not limited.
It's not limited.
I can repeat it.
Versus the bluish purple band is the UAC, one of a kind. Mm-hmm. So, like this, like if this is your thing, like just scoop it up ASAP because.
One thing I would like to mention is, y'all, I don't know if I got a bad batch of stickers or something, but lately when I've been putting on my ball bands, the next day they're popping open. Trying to work on how to solve that. So if you get these to your home, or even in the basket, you take them out, and these have popped open. I'm working on trying to fix that. I don't know if, again, I got a bad batch of stickers.
Because it's a pet peeve of yours.
It is. I want my stuff to come looking polished, looking good. So I don't want to say apologies, because I can't really, well, I can control it. But there's something's going on with the stickers and the black ones. The color, the ones that have blue and green, seem to be sticking just fine. It's the black ones and the stickers just have them bond that they just want to pop open. So I'm trying to work on that.
Yuck.
All right. Do you have anything to show?
Do I?
I don't think so.
I do.
Okay, you do. We're almost at 2 hours. Wow.
Okay, so Behind the Barn is finally
It's back.
coming back. Earlier this year when we launched the shop, this teal was the most popular. It flew off the shelf and I was like, really? Because I'm not a teal guy, but apparently you guys are.
It's the first one sold out.
I've got 4 of these in the, these are all the Chippo extra large. I've got and there's a little snivy there.
Still needs buttons.
These I'm still putting buttons on, but you know, that was what today's was all about. So we've got more of the pumpkin orange color. This right now, I think, is my favorite color.
I love it.
I think I have 5 of these. I have 5 of these, and then I've got
Here we go.
4 of these, and the green. I love this. It's what is this? More like an olive green?
Yeah, some of your Christmas colors remind me of this, or your Christmas pattern book that you just showed.
So we've got teal, we've got orange, we've got green.
We got everything.
We've got a couple dozen of the, not quite, a couple dozen of the Let's Hear It for the Boy baskets, 15 of which are going to be allocated to the bundles. So I hope whoever you are, that you order, that you enjoy it. But I'm constantly, that's all I'm doing is making baskets.
Mm-hmm. Anything in the shop tomorrow will probably ship Monday or Tuesday, just FYI.
Yes.
Try Monday, but...
If you guys have any questions, just slide into our DM and we'll see what we can make happen.
Yeah, again, I've curated some things. People have said, hey, can you meet for a little FaceTime call or something like that? Or just take a picture of one yarn on the website next to the other yarn. More than happy to do that. So just let us know.
And if we didn't say thank you, we're saying thank you because you guys have been phenomenal when it comes to this shop.
Yes.
I mean, we're very busy.
Yes.
We're very busy.
And we love it. We love being this fun busy. This is fun busy.
So, if you're wondering where we've been, it's like, hey, that's what we've been doing. We've been focusing on the shop. So we thank you. And I guess we're gonna land this ship.
That's it. It's coming in.
All right, so we've got Halloween bingo. We want you to be there, come with costumes. If you haven't already signed up, please do so. Link is in the show notes. And I'm going to close out the signups, I think either Sunday night, Monday morning, somewhere in there. So please just jump and do that. Head to the shop, get your hustle on getting those limited editions. And what else we got?
That's it.
That's it?
Yep.
We love you. Thank
you.
you very much for hanging out with us, this tacky little show.
Yeah, if you made it this long, we appreciate it.
All right, so we will see you next time. And unfortunately for you, it's not going to be a long time because we have more to show you.
Yes. I can't wait.
All right, Yoan.
Play us out.
Play us out.
Come on, you gotta get your hustle.